Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, where we're going to take a break from the Camaro for a few days. And what you doing, Nikki? Make sure you don't bump into nothing. Make sure you don't bump into nothing. I got so much little stuff to do on so many different cars that spend the next few days just doing stuff to them. Work on the Nomad a little bit. I'm going to change the taillight sockets. I got the 76 red El Camino. I bought some spring lift spacers. Want to do the transmission pan gasket and the key and the 81 Silverado. I need to move this back there, cut some grass, just so much. Need to do some oil changes, so let's knock everything out, all the little stuff. Okay, I was watching Pole Barn Garage there a while back, and he bought a 80, his dream car, an 82 I think Corvette, and he mentioned that he bought this cup holder on eBay, 20 bucks. What do they call that? Laser computer made. I can't think of the name of it right now. See, it's got a, it did have, oh, there's a screw there, and a screw there, and it fits, I guess, underneath the emergency brake cable like that. It doesn't, does it? It doesn't fit all the way down. Well, maybe it was a, maybe it doesn't fit. This is 77, so maybe it doesn't fit a 77. I don't know. Unless there's, drill another screw hole in there. Then well, I drink Gatorade in the bottles. Well, they're plastic bottles. They don't fit in here, so they're not a standard type cup deal. Anyway, I might, if there's plastic behind there, I can, I don't know, I think it's cardboard. I don't know, guys, I don't think it's gonna work. Maybe it wasn't for a 77, maybe it was just for an 80 to 82 or something. Don't use emergency brake, it's an automatic, but well, may just leave that for a little bit. What you doing, Nikki? What you doing, Nikki? Just wandering around, having fun, checking things out, huh? You're such a good little old girl. You're such a good little old girl. You having fun out here with the cats, huh? Poor little girl. Okay, guys, I'll be back. Okay, guys. 76 El Camino. I don't like the way it sits in the back. It's too low. So I bought these coil spring lifters instead of air shocks. Haven't had much luck with air shocks lately. They always seem to have slow leaks no matter what you do to them. So I bought these coil spring lifts. So we got to jack it up and undo the shock, and then probably put a jack between the frame and the body and jack it up enough to slide these underneath. Hopefully they fit. I think it might have said 78 to 87 El Camino. I don't know what the difference is, but if they don't fit, then we'll maybe use them on the black El Camino. But anyway, let me put the wheels back on here and take my jacks out, and we'll start it here on the driver's side. Okay, got the wheel off. See the spacers go right there. Sit on that perch right there, and this goes in. Okay, these do have air shocks on them, but they're not hooked up. In fact, one was broken when I bought the car, and I put another air shock on there that's old, so they probably don't work. So we're just gonna go with these spacers. Okay, so I jacked it up, took the wheel off, then used the jack to get the tension off this shock bolt. We want to take this bolt off right here. We'll take that off and pop this. We'll get a little hammer or something, pop that out of there, then lower the rear end. Okay, let me come back in a minute. Okay, just pop the shock loose, put it to the side. We'll let this jack down, see how far it drops. Probably, it's not going to drop enough, I know that. Okay. Yeah, not even near enough. See, it's got the top bars, trailing arms attached to it. It's not even loose yet. Okay, so we need to get a jack. I got some bottle jacks. Jack from here to there, and we push it down about, I don't know, 4 inches, something like that. And see if we can get enough clearance in there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I know it's overkill. I got 2 of these big old bottle jacks. Anyway, we're jacking her down. See if she's loose up there, but gotta go a couple inches, so I'll be back. Okay. Jack's about to fall out of there. Okay, it's a coil spring that goes in there like that, and then this goes on there like that. But let me redo this jack here. Probably have to use a smaller one. Okay, you can get these, this is 2 inch, you can get them in like 1 inch and 3 inch. So I just went in the middle, 2 inch. I'll be back. Okay guys, there it is. I'm just gonna jack it up, put the, bolt the shock back up, put the wheel on, see how it looks. Okay guys, there it is. I think it looks a lot better. Just a little bit higher in the front. The ground's kind of uneven, so I think this side's going to look higher than it's supposed to be. This side looks about the same, but anyway, we got to put the one on this side, and then we'll get it on level ground and check it out. I'll be back. Okay, let's hop in it and drive it up. Drive it up here on the flat ground. That's the fan. Blower motor. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Looks more like a muscle car now. Tell me what y'all think. I like it. It's on high idle. Still loud. And then glass packs. Sounds like a muscle car. Still got that little 2-barrel on there though. I think I'm gonna park it up here for a minute. Okay guys, I'll be back. Okay guys, if you noticed, well, there's Nikki. Hey Nikki, how you doing? If you noticed on this El Camino, this piece here, now this is where the factory joined the roof and the quarter. It was cleaned up. I ground it down or wire brushed it or something and filled it in. Well, it kind of cracked, and I went to lift it up, and it just peeled off. The only thing I could think of, because this is where they leaded it, so I must have ground out all the lead because it was all rusty or whatever. There must still be a coating of that lead in there that's embedded in the metal, and it just don't stick. So anyway, this pour 15, I put some pour 15 in there, and I don't know, I'll scuff it down and fill it in later, but right now it's protected. But anyway, it's kind of weird, just if any of y'all noticed that. Okay, we're gonna move on. Come on, Nikki, you wanna go for a walk over here with me? We're gonna get to the van, make another video on that. I ordered a fuel pump. We're gonna see if we can get it running, driving, and stopping. We'll go over that on a separate video. Okay, the old 78 Nova hot rod, because somebody put the V8 was in there, but they put on a big Edelbrock and took off the exhaust, and sounds like a hot rod. Okay, I haven't done much to it. Made that one video, we got it running, and I might have ruined the transmission by putting some Ford fluid in there because it was low on fluid. And anyway, worst case, I got another transmission from the El Camino that I could put in here. But anyway, these are the mismatched kind of tires. This one's flat. This one's flat and blown out. That one's holding there. But it doesn't have matching rims. It's got 3 of these with no trim ring, center caps, anything. So a while back, some guy sold me these tires here, 100 bucks. They hold air, they're all matching. Got all the center caps, trim rings. Well, I think it was missing some chrome, and I rounded whatever up from another set. So we're gonna put all 4 matching on here. Transmission doesn't work, so I can't drive it. Gonna do it right here. Not gonna bother. So I'll have what, 2 spare tires, GM tires. We're going to put, I think this one's got a flat. This one's got a flat here. I'll have to check the back. We'll put one on there, and then the other we'll save for a spare. So anyway, let me drag the jack and the 4-way over here, and we'll get all 4 of them matching rims on here. Also on this car, it's missing a tail light, and this is called a Nova Custom or Concours or something. So it's got a different tail light. My other 78 only got 2 of these, I think. So nobody sells these new. New for the regular Nova is pretty expensive, because you need this whole housing here. This is the inner piece the bulbs go to, then you got the chrome, then you got the lens. You buy all that, it's pretty expensive. One guy's got a set of these for the Concours Custom for friggin' 650 bucks. He can kiss my ass. But if anybody's got the left tail light, let me know. If not, I can put in regular Nova ones. I just have to put a plate and weld up part of this, 5 inches or something of that. I measured it from my other Nova. But anyway, if anybody's got tail lights for these 76 to 80, let me know. Got a PO box in the description. But anyway, we'll get around to doing something with this. I'm just not really that excited on working on it, because you can't buy any parts for these door panels, interior plastic pieces, anything like that. So you can't restore it all. Windshield's broke. There's no title to it. It's just a bunch of expensive stuff. All this crap here is all specialty Nova stuff and had a vinyl top. This chrome here is missing. Got some rust holes here, you know, like, too bad, but to me it ain't worth doing much to. But 100 bucks worth of tires and rims, let's put them on there and make it look decent, because if I do want to sell it as is, you gotta kind of stage it cheaply and make it, you know, look halfway decent. And tires and wheels are the best. Wheels especially is the best visual you can put on a car to make it sell. You can't have it sitting with mismatched rims and flat tires and stuff. People just look at it and think it's a pile of shit, which it, you know, kind of is. Anyway, we dragged the jack over here. We'll get these on here. I'll show you what it looks like when they're on. Okay guys, I got them on there. I put one in the trunk for a spare tire. No rust in the trunk. I think the floors are good too. Just a little bit at the bottom of the other fender, little rust hole there. If anybody wants it, $2 grand. No title. It runs. Someday I'll do something with it, but anyway, looks good now. All the tires rared up. We may put a transmission in it, I don't know. Okay, yeah, I didn't change that tire. This tree thing's in the way. I don't feel like messing with it. I'll have to cut some. But yeah, eventually we're gonna bring that up and strip it. Doors, trunk, roof, windshield. Gonna hack it all up to fix this one. That was gonna be after the iroc-z, but we may do the van, I don't know. But anyway guys, there she is. I'll be back with the next little project. Nikki, you wanna go for a ride in the car? Over here, Nikki. Over here. Come on. Nikki, over here. Come on. Come on. Okay, there you go. Nikki, go for a ride in the car. Over here. Good girl. Good girl. She wandered off in the yard somewhere, and I finally had to come to the car and ask her if she wanted a ride, because then she came out of wherever she was hiding. It rained like hell last night. Anyway, we're gonna do an oil change on this car. I haven't done one in so long. And this is kind of my getting around car, driving into town to do shopping and stuff like that. And Nikki likes the back seat. Okay, Nikki, that's as far as we're going. Come on. Come on, Nikki. Come on, Nikki. That's it. Just a little short car ride today. She don't want to get out. She just loves car rides. Okay, guys. So, this is my free car I got a few years ago. I went over the story a few times. I buy junk cars and somebody didn't want it. So it's a pain in the ass because it's got this cover, which I'll show you here in a little bit, all on the bottom of the motor, and you got to take that off to get at the oil filter and the oil pan plug. Okay, it's a 2-liter 4-cylinder 245 horse though, turbo. So yeah, it's been a great car. I took it to Florida a couple years ago and back, no problem. And like I said, I drive it around and everything. So I'm going to, I can't remember if I got this, I think I drove it up on ramps. Anyway, we'll get it up in the air and I'll come back and show you what I got to deal with just to get the oil change on this. Okay, I'll be back. Nikki, you coming out of there? Okay, guys, I just got some cheap Walmart Super Tech oil and filter. Nikki still won't come out of there. What you doing, Nikki? She just loves being in the car. My ramp was sinking, so I just stuck a jack under there for safety. Okay, so this is a 2013 Ford Fusion. See, it's got this cover on there. You take these screws on and off 50 times, do oil changes, and the little deals all wear out. But anyway, most of them are on there. Anyway, I got to take, I think I changed them all over to Phillips, but anyway, got to take off a bunch of Phillips screws. There might be, yeah, I think, see, I think they're supposed to be Torx. I think there's a Torx over there. Anyway, we got to take this cover off to get at the oil pan and filter. So let me take that off and I'll be back. Okay, guys, there's the cover. I don't know exactly what it's made out of, some type of plastic composite stuff. Anyway, the oil filter's right here. The oil plug is right there. So we're gonna drain it and refill it. This is the, I had to, always forget where the hood latches. I think it's over here. There's the mighty powerhouse. 245 horsepower. It's probably more horsepower than the iroc, and well, not the Nomad or that, but probably equal with the Corvette. Yeah, it's pretty fast, especially when that turbo kicks in. So anyway, yeah, there's the old dipstick. There's where you put the oil in. Oh, it says 5W30. What did I get? 10W40. Oh well. Okay. And I got some windshield washer fluid. I'll top that off so I drive this more. And Nikki is still in the car. What you doing, Nikki? She just loves that car, or any car really. I take her for rides in the Avalanche too. Now I got to drive her around in a four-door type thing where she's got a back seat. That's why I can't use the El Camino or Corvette or anything. I don't drive them much. Anyway, let me get the oil drained out of there, and I'll be back. Okay, guys. Yeah, she was pretty black. I changed it a while back, so a couple years ago. I don't drive that much in this car, so I mean, don't pile on the miles. So I don't know how many miles it's on it. But I did have another thing of 5W30. So that's what it requires. Because I think it's going to take more than 4 quarts. I think it probably takes 5, but we'll fill it up, check the dipstick. I'll use up the 530 and add a little bit of that. So, yeah, anyway, got all that out of there. And Nikki's still in the car. What you doing, Nikki? Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, finished with the oil change. Finally had to get Nikki out of that back seat. Anyway, we're on with the 81 Silverado. And a job that I never did finish. Got a new trans pan gasket and filter. And it's still got a leak. I don't know, forget what all I replaced on this. I think I replaced the rear seal and the speedometer thing, and the only thing I think of is that pan gasket. So I think they're 1/2 inch, could be 7/16. Just take out all the bolts there and we'll pull it down. I've added so much fluid in here. I'm sure the fluid and stuff's going to be clean, but we'll check that there's any. It shifts and everything good. So yeah, I got some new gasket sealer too. We're going to gunk the gasket sealer top and bottom and really seal it on there good. Other than that, I don't know, unless it's, you know, the kick down thing or something that's leaking, but we'll try the pan gasket. So okay, I'll be back when I get that off. Okay guys, I got the pan off. There's just a little bit old sludge at the bottom, not too bad. It's got a cork gasket that's stuck on the top, so we're gonna have to scrape that off. And then this does come with a gasket. First I bought this from Napa, and then I was gonna do it, and then there's no filter in it. So I went to AutoZone and got a filter, and I just undone it now, and it's got a gasket too. So anyway, we're gonna replace this deal here, and we'll scrape the old gasket off first, put the filter on there, and get the, I don't think this requires gasket sealer, but we're going to put some on there anyway. We don't want no leaks, and we'll clean out that pan. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, got the new gasket on there. I gunked it top and bottom. There was a little lip that was bent down. I don't know, somebody was prying on it or something, so I hammered it straight. Maybe that's where it was leaking from. Anyway, that's the old cork gasket. That was probably why it was leaking too. Anyway, I got it cleaned up underneath. Yeah, that just peeled off. So I don't think they used any sealant on it. Probably just something a little bit to hold it in place. But anyway, she's ready to go back on. Fill it up with fluid and see what happens. It'll take a while to figure out. It took a long time for a quart or so to leak out, so let's keep an eye on it over time. Okay, let me put that on there and bolt it in. Okay guys, it's done. We may come back to this and do the ignition lock, but for now we'll move on to something else. I think we'll I'm gonna check the fluid one more time. I think we're gonna try to hook up a chain to this with my Jeep here and drag this one back over there. So I'll be back. Oh, there's Nikki. Hey Nikki, what you doing over there? Okay guys, I got her pushed back in her resting spot, and somebody else can have the rest of the parts that I don't need. I just advertised them for parts, so we'll see what happens. Okay, I will be back, and I cut some grass here, and we'll be back tomorrow with a bunch more little jobs to get done before we get back on the Camaro. So see you then. Okay guys, we're gonna work on the Nomad. These rear sockets, I've always kind of had a problem with them. See, that's the lights. It's got the 4-ways on. So this one isn't flashing, but I bet if I tap it. Anyway, I've always kind of had a problem with them. You hit them, you wiggle them, they go off, or anyway, these are what they look like. These are factory replacements, and yeah, it's kind of a shitty design, but anyway, I got to take the lens off, then the housing, and then we can get at these and splice them in there. So I'll be back in a minute. Just taking off the lens and stuff jarred it a little bit, so it's started working, but we're gonna replace it anyway. I'll take off these two here. You can see I had some, so you just touch it, it works. Let go, it doesn't. You can see I had some tape there to try to hold it. So anyway, that's the little deal there. So this is the replacement here. We're just going to cut off the pigtails and splice them in. I'll be back. Okay guys, it looks like, see, that's got to go in here. It looks like you're supposed to take this out and drill it out and plug that in. So I guess I'll do that. It isn't corroded that bad or nothing, but a little bit, just enough where you have to wiggle it around for it to work sometimes. So, and same with these. I guess that's what I'll do. Get some vice grips, bust that off. I do got a big Christmas tree drill bit. Drill it out so I can plug this in. And this is about a couple of packs of LED. I think they're LED super brights. So we'll put them in there. And they're not supposed to get hot and melt plastic and stuff. So anyway, let me try to break that off and drill it out, and I'll be back. Okay, grab some vice grips and snap the end off there. Then use this Christmas tree thing, and it actually used the whole thing. So drill out that, and then this will, you gotta kind of push it in, and there it goes. Okay, put your plug in there. You gotta pull this little deal out, and then hook those two wires up. So let me do that. I got some electrical connections there to do that. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, there it is. You just gotta make sure these two bolts here are grounded, which they, you know, as long as it's not all rusty or whatever on there. But yeah, she should be good now. And then I'll screw this on and do the other side. I'll be back. Okay guys, there it is. Hopefully something I don't have to worry about ever again. But I'll be back. Okay guys, I bought these a while back. Bought these for that Silverado truck. A set like this. So I ordered another set. I thought they'd be good for the or for this Nomad. Then about putting this there. It's good for, you know, putting in phones and, you know, little stuff. Or I could put it down there. And then I got a set of these little small ones that I thought about. You don't want to get it in the way of the window winders though, so I thought about putting that down here. And the big one up here. Now they're two-way tape. But I think when I put on the Silverado, I ended up putting some screws in there. So anyway, I got a set of 4. 2 big ones, 2 little ones. So I think I'm going to put them on here. Good for, you know, stuff like this that's laying down here. Little camera things, and I haven't even cleaned this car out since last year, Power Cruise. But okay, let me put them on there and I'll be back. Okay guys, these are actually Velcro. You can separate this with a Velcro, and then the Velcro's sticky taped on the back. So anyway, I got that on there on both sides. A little extra storage space. Okay, I think I'm going to repack the front bearings on these. This is all new suspension and everything, but you're probably supposed to retorque it, recheck it after so many miles, but went right on Hot Rod Power Tour with it. It's got 2,600 miles last year on it. So I just want to take the calipers off, take the hub off, and make sure the bearings and everything are all lubricated real good. Other than that, I think this thing's ready to go. A wash and ready to go on Power Tour again. I believe I gave it an oil change when I came back home last year, so that stuff should be good on it. And then everything else was new. Tranny fluid, antifreeze, all that stuff. So okay, let me get her jacked up and we'll take a peek. Okay, how you doing, Nikki? Me and Nikki just got back from a ride. Went into town to Walmart, didn't we, Nikki? Went in for a ride to Wally Mart, and we stopped at Whataburger for some snacks, didn't we? We got some snacks, didn't we? Nikki likes her snacks. Nikki likes her snacks. Okay, I got some oil and a filter, cheap Walmart stuff. We're gonna do an oil change on the tow pig, my 2004 GMC 3/4 ton 6.0 LS motor. Haven't done an oil change on that in a while, although I haven't driven it a lot lately. So, but anyway, it's due. Like to keep it maintained. It doesn't use a drop of anything. no fluids, nothing. It's been most reliable truck ever, except for the AC just quit. It worked great for like 5 or 6 years, and then all of a sudden didn't work. And it won't take Freon. It won't suck in Freon, so I don't know what the deal is. I'll have to mess with that at some point. But anyway, filled up some gas jugs here. That's 60 bucks worth, guys. $3.11 a gallon right now. I know it's probably a lot higher in most parts of the country, but last time I filled them up there a few months ago, it was like $2.40. So I thought the gas prices were going up. Yeah, they went up 71 cents. So, yeah, I'm going to put some gas in this Jeep, the Nomad, the iroc. And then we got a 5-gallon one for lawnmower and miscellaneous stuff. So anyway, let me get the tow pig over here and we'll change the oil on it. Okay guys, pretty simple. Didn't even have to jack it up. Just got under there, and anyway, yeah, she was needing an oil change. So put in some of this 10W40. I don't know what it's supposed to take, but I don't know if it says on here or not, but anyway, she'll be ready to tow a bunch more clunkers in here pretty soon. Yeah, I bought this. This was an ex-water company truck. It went around checking meters and stuff like that. Actually, the guy that drove this, that worked for the water company, actually bought this truck from them when it was time to retire it. It only had like 150,000 miles on it. And I bought it from him like 7 years ago. 6-7 years ago for like 2,100 bucks. I haven't had any problems with it at all. So I'm sure it was pretty maintained all its life, being a fleet truck or whatever. Yeah, if you look real close, it's so dirty now, but there's still some outlines of the water company decal on it. I haven't done any paint and body work or anything to it. Oh, the hinge on one of the doors was messed up. That's what I had to fix. You had to lift the door up to close it. It wasn't worn out, it was broke. I think it was this door. I think it was this door here. I think the hinge was broke or something right there. And it was all hanging down. So I had to fix that, but anyway, she's been a great tow pig. Well, let me fill her up, check the tranny fluid, power steering fluid, all that stuff, and I'll be back. I needed to get a mirror. I bought a mirror a while back and it was the wrong one. So I said, screw it. But I need to get that mirror somehow. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, there it is. Purring like a kitten. Compressor's kicking on and off, so I don't know. Something's up with that AC. Oh, I did have a problem with the switch. Quit working, and I made a little deal here to turn from hot to cold. Anyway, she's ready. Okay, we'll go park her in its spot. And Nikki wanted to get a, she usually lays right there, but she didn't like the cats. So she walked over here in the shade underneath a tree. Straight over there. Anyway, we'll park her here ready for the next haul. Roll up the window, keep the cats out. Hey, Nikki. What you doing, Nikki? You want to come up here, or the cat's bothering you? Just staying over there in the shade, keeping cool? Hey, such a good girl. Nikki's a good girl. Okay, guys, when we get back to the Nomad, we're going to just check them wheel bearings and repack them. And then I think that's it on the Nomad. She'll be ready for Hot Rod Power Tour this year. Still got, what, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, something like that to go. But okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I think I found the problem. Okay, so I was driving through Nashville, and it was kind of on like I-40 or whatever, the main interstate going through there, and it was curving around and up and down and everything, and it was really rough, and the front end was banging and doing all this, and finally straightened up, and it felt kind of wobbly, like something, I don't know. So anyway, it started in a straight line up towards a rest stop, and I pulled in the rest stop, and I don't think I took the caliper off, but I took this cap off and made sure the nut was tight, because it felt like the wheel bearing was a little bit loose. So I couldn't find anything wrong. Stuck a little grease that I could in there, I think, and popped the caps on, and then, but anyway, then driving home it was fine. Didn't do anything. So this, you know, this taking the caliper off and pulling the whole thing off, but it's not loose or nothing. See, it's still, it's good. But as I was banging the caliper off, look at this top. Uh-oh. See this A-frame moving? I don't want it. This bolt's loose right here. There's 2 bolts holding the A-frame on. This one's loose. Either I left it loose or it came loose. So I tightened them up and maybe put another nut on the other side, double nut it. Anyway, let me do that and I'll be back. Brakes and everything are still good. Like I said, this was all, if you're new, this is all new tubular A-frames and disc brake conversion and all new tie rods and steering link and coil springs and shocks and everything. Everything's all new on this front end. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I tightened them up and put another nut on them. Kind of hard rounding up 11/16 nut, but anyway, took off the deal there. Wheel bearing and everything looks good, seals and everything, so this setup is still working good. So yeah, I think that was it. I think them roads in Nashville there shook her loose, unless I pulled it in and forgot to tighten them, but I don't think I did. Everything else is tight with cotter pins in it and stuff like that. I just can't believe I would forget tightening them up. But anyway, that's fixed. Check the other side, make sure. But yeah, everything looks good. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I did the other side. The other side was good. Those 2 A-frame, top A-frame bolts tightened up a little bit, so they need a little bit. Anyway, wheel bearing and everything was good. I just put in more grease. So I think that's it. Just wash it and go to Hot Rod Power Tour. I'll probably take it on a test drive. I haven't driven it for a while, even since I did the rear sway bar. I did that one video, put that rear sway bar on there, see if that makes a difference. But anyway, yeah, she should be ready to go. Yeah, like I said, when I came home from Nashville, it drove okay. Just in those windy up and down highway speeds, it was just kind of, you could feel something was up with it. But then when I left the motel and everything, it was fine all the way the rest of the way home. I don't know why, because that was pretty loose on that. So anyway, it should ride a little bit better. Okay, I think I'll end the video on that. There's a ton more I'd like to do, but just got the fuel pump in for... Hey, Nikki. How you doing, girl? You want to say bye? Say bye to everybody? She's ready to go inside. Just got a fuel pump in for this van. Start on it tomorrow, so I think that'll be the next video. And I'm going to spend $100 on it. Get it running on its own, driving and stopping. That's it, 100 bucks. If something's major wrong with it, then transmission's screwed, rear end's banging, something, it just gets parted out. But if it'll get running, driving, stopping, I don't know. We'll see next video. It's electric fuel pump goes in the tank, so we got to pull the tank, clean it, put a new fuel pump in it. I forgot to get a fuel filter, but we'll put a battery in it and see if she can get fired up. Hopefully the lines aren't all gummed up and all that. But anyway, guys, that'll be the next video, and that'll determine if I want to go any farther with it or just part it out. For the $100, I can get my money back selling the tank and a new fuel pump and sending unit and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I got so much other work to do too. But we'll do the van next, and then back to the iroc. It's pretty much wrapped up mechanically. A few little wiring and timing issues. Other than that, it'll be interior and paint and body. But so, okay guys, subscribe if you haven't. Bottom right hand corner of the screen. It's free, doesn't cost anything, just click it and check your subscriptions. And lately I've been putting out videos Fridays and Mondays, 2 a week. So before I would just put them whatever days I was done. So but anyway, we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.